Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Friday night. Why do I invest in Dogecoin? We're going to be talking about that tonight, as well as cryptocurrency in general, because I do always talk about diversification in all investing and even in crypto. And I know some of you are just Doge, only Doge, and I get that. And there's some advantages of that, certainly. But Dogecoin is fun. Dogecoin has memes. Dogecoin has so much going for it, and we're going to get into all of that. So, how are you doing? Uh, I do these live streams 3 times a week. I fill in with videos on other days as well as we talk about cryptocurrency, and I keep it real. And some of you watching this who don't know me probably, what's this old guy talking about Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin's a young person's crypto. Well, no, not really. For anyone who's investing, if you're not seeing what's going on, especially with Elon Musk and the X Twitter app, you don't want to be part of it, fine. You just get left behind. Because one of these days, to the moon, just like that intro showed, it's to the moon. So, but there are other reasons to also be involved in Dogecoin, and we're going to get into all of that. Let me drop down in the corner here. Certainly invite you to like the stream and also subscribe if you haven't already subscribed while you're down there. I appreciate the support. Dogecoin right now at 6.17 cents here on the chart. And what we've been seeing is a slow and steady uptrend since we had the dip the other day. So let me go out to the 1 hour here. And this was the dip we had here on Thursday. And this wasn't just Dogecoin. We had Bitcoin doing a dip as well. So Bitcoin did the dip. Doge did the dip. We bought more Doge. Hey, there's a little Doge guy. He shows up in TradingView every now and then. How can you not love that? How can you not love that? I'm glad I caught that this time. I see that every now and then on the Doge page on TradingView, and I've never been able to capture it on video, but we got it right here on the live stream. We got it. So that's awesome. Yeah, so we've been in this uptrend with Doge. Doge then dropped below that uptrend and tested it a few times. And I was expecting it to come up and test it again. So right now that is at about 6.21. So I'm expecting Doge to come up and hit that again. So Joe, you'll have to you just have to slide back and you'll see it. That the little Doge just jumped out and started dancing. It was just 2 minutes ago. Just slide back and you'll see it, and then you can catch back up. That's awesome. There's no other cryptocurrencies on TradingView that do that, but Dogecoin. Again, one of the reasons, right, that I like Dogecoin, because you're not going to get anything like that. So that's Doge. We'll talk more about the trading of Doge with one of these articles we're going to look at. Bitcoin's been the same, just trading sideways. And now, particularly, we've got in the short term, I mean, the volume has just died out completely. And I'm kind of expecting that through the weekend, that it's just going to be a low volume weekend. There's not going to be much volatility, and everything's going to wait till Monday to get going again. We could see some uptrend or downtrend through the weekend. There's reasons that either of them could happen, but with such low volume and low interest right now, it's just, I mean, the RSI is at 50. The volume is like practically nil. It's probably just bots trading more than people. So yeah, Bitcoin's pretty much dead right now, and Doge volume really low as well too. So that's what we've got So that's what we've got going on. Joe says, let's go Doge. Mr. Cheyenne's got a firebolt bulldozer. Welcome. First cryptocurrency to the moon. Can't wait. Can't wait for that. Curtis says it's Friday. Let's go. And Mike is in the building. Good to see you, Mike. So we've got Dogecoin beats Bitcoin in price stability amid crypto trading lull. Doge's newfound stability reflects lack of investor interest in trading alts. And we see that in a number of alts, although some alts are actually moving. And and we'll get into some of those. But right now with Dogecoin, it's kind of interesting that Doge now looks more like a stable coin than Bitcoin. We were talking about this on the stream on Wednesday. I was just joking about Dogecoin as a stable coin, and it has continued just really stable. So according to TradingView, Doge's annualized 30-day historical volatility was at 30%, which in Bitcoin's was at 35%. This realized volatility calculated standard deviation of the daily percentage chart, which means you're not getting a lot of spikes up high and you're not getting a lot of spikes down low. And we've been talking about the reason we haven't been getting a lot of low spikes after we had the big drop back in the middle of August is because that 6 set support line has been really, really strong for Doge over the past month. And where Bitcoin has been a little more volatile and had some more drops. Doge is, as soon as Doge hits 599, 598, it just gets eaten up. It just keeps, people just buy it. So Doge historically has been more volatile than Bitcoin, which scares risk-averse investors. Understandably so, as Bitcoin has been around since 2009, has evolved as a macro asset, increasing institutional participation over the past 3 years. But Doge is seen as a non-serious crypto project since its inception in 2013. And with that, it has sort of this, what's called the meme coin, right? And people are like, well, meme coin, I'm not going to invest in a meme coin. But now what we're seeing is not only we're not seeing that volatility in Dogecoin, but we're seeing what can happen going forward. So that's what we're talking about. It's just a low volatility with Dogecoin. That's what we see. The price prediction: Doge flaunts bullish fractal. Will it initiate an uptrend? So this is what we were talking about. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. Dogecoin price stuck in a narrow range between 6 cents and 6.4 cents. But the buzz around X, that's X Twitter, supporting crypto payments may trigger the next rally. Discussions in the Dogecoin community shaping around X, formerly Twitter, as the company pushes the microblogging platform toward becoming the everything app. Musk's long-standing connection to the meme coin project has many enthusiasts speculating that Doge could be at the center of X's dream to power payments, among other things. A video featuring Linda Yaccarino, and I showed a portion of that video on my video yesterday. So if you didn't see that, check my video yesterday, because I played a piece of Linda's video where she outlined these coming features on the X platform, ranging from messaging, community discussions, video calls, and payments for online purchases, and also being able to transfer money like you can do with PayPal, but you can do it right on the app. And being able to do it right on the app just means you don't need somebody's email address or anything else about the email. It's just you'd be able to send directly to their X name on the platform. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Elon Musk, of course, he's got a love of Dogecoin. And what is going to be the next direction that the X Twitter app will take? Despite speculations that neither Musk nor Yaccarino have said anything to insinuate X will add support for crypto payments. So we don't know that, but knowing how Elon Musk has talked about Dogecoin over the past few years, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? So what does that mean in terms of buying Dogecoin? It just means that there's a lot of people buying Dogecoin, and there's a lot of people who are not selling, more so not selling at this price point. Everyone's waiting now. Now, does that mean that Doge is not going to go up? Well, Doge in its history has only gone up. First, if Bitcoin goes on a run, Dogecoin follows. Second, Dogecoin can go on its own run when there's some bit of news specifically about Dogecoin. And that's what we're anticipating happening. It could be a SpaceX announcement about the Doge 1 mission. It could be Tesla and increasing use of Doge for Tesla payments. Dogecoin payments for a car, for instance, would be huge for Dogecoin. And then this payments thing on X Twitter and what that could become. Those are the big three. There's a lot of other ones as well, but those are the big three that could really propel Dogecoin. And people know that, and they're just waiting. So one thing I thought was interesting was, you guys know Ben Armstrong, formerly of Bitcoin Crypto, and all that drama going on with that. But Ben has been, although he's mostly Bitcoin and XRP, but he's also been talking about, for the past month, he's been talking about Dogecoin. And this video that just came out this afternoon are the top 3 coins I have the most confidence in for a 2024 crypto bull run. And so, not surprisingly, his number 1 coin is XRP. His number 2 was Ethereum, and here's his number 3.
Now, next, the next point is Dogecoin. And shocking, I know, right? Dogecoin, me saying Dogecoin. Why? Guys, Elon Musk going to integrate this thing into X. It's going to. I don't see any question about it. I think that when you look at his plan overall, there's always been a plan in motion for him. He's got control of X, and that's really what this boils down to. Dogecoin doesn't have a ton of things to go off of, other than the fact that it's a meme coin, and Elon Musk is behind it. I told you guys XRP case went in. I've made a lot of predictions. I told you guys Ethereum would be number 1, still after the bull run. Like, I told you guys all this stuff. This is definitely one of the things that I believe, which is Dogecoin will be integrated with X. The caveat, the one that I didn't say, Polygon and optimism.
So that's Ben. And I mean, Ben's got a huge following, and he's talking Dogecoin. And with that, a lot of people listen to him. So Dogecoin's just becoming more real. It's just becoming more real. And with this lower volatility that we're seeing, that's people just not selling. They're not selling their Doge. Yeah, there's little trading here and there, some swing trading, and Doge goes on a little run, and then we see it get shorted back down. We've seen that a number of times. We go to the 4-hour chart, and this run we had back here at the end of August, and it got shorted back down. Doge has always had that challenge. But if we see a slow and steady rise, like we've been seeing since 11 September, so this is almost 2 weeks of trading here, where Doge had been going up, and then it drops down, but it then can continue right back up, because it's not because it isn't dropping. I mean, Bitcoin, we did have, this big drop here on 11 September. And after this big run that Bitcoin went on here on 29 August and came right back down. So that's more volatile that Bitcoin has had than Doge. Doge is just going sideways. But that's okay. That's okay with Doge. People just aren't selling. You're going to have the trading of these kinds of things that happen. Now, if the overall cryptocurrency market can continue a slow and steady climb, and that end of August was the low for the summer, with many cryptocurrencies, many of the alts actually hitting all-time lows that we've had August into September. But September overall has been good. It's been green for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up about 2.5% for the month so far to date. And typically Septembers have been bad for Bitcoin, and we've showed that on those little matrices that show the red and the green. And typically September has been red, but we've got a green one this year, which is good. I think that's showing some signs that we could be done with the bear market and things can be turning around. What's fighting against this sort of positive news of the crypto markets taking off is the stock market, the NASDAQ starting to come back down over this week, and the Dow Jones coming down this week, and the S&P 500 coming down. So you see that in the stock market, and you're like, ugh, crypto has to fight against that. Crypto hasn't seen this big drop this week. Crypto is pretty much sideways. So that's good. And that shows some of that decoupling that can happen sometimes between crypto investing and stock investing. But a lot of the stocks were just overbought. So a correction was kind of expected. But when Jerome Powell of the U.S. Fed makes his announcement of pausing the hikes, but then talking about future, whether they're going to raise interest rates more in the future or not. And he doesn't rule that out, but he also says any sort of pivot to dropping interest rates is going to be delayed, and it's going to be much further, and recession not really being on the horizon, but much further away, but still talking about possible recession. That's not good. Stock market doesn't like that, and so it drops. But crypto didn't. So that's kind of interesting that crypto kind of go on its own thing. Bitcoin just, a little bit of a drop, but it had been on a little run, so essentially sideways. So that's what we've got looking at the markets. Now, the other thing with Doge is certainly we've got dogs and memes, right? It's got a great community. You just go on X Twitter and follow me if you haven't already, Kriss Pax here on X Twitter. And this was the Walter Bloomberg this morning. Dogecoin beats Bitcoin in price stability amid crypto trading lull. And I was like, Dogecoin is a stable coin. That's funny. So, a big Dogecoin community on X Twitter. So join us. It's a lot of fun. Again, we've been getting through the summer, and it's been tough seeing Dogecoin down in the low sixes in price, but the community kind of keeps things together, which is good. And then a lot of talk about Elon and X Twitter and what it's evolving into and how it's growing. It's all good. That's all good. So even with the price down, there's still a very positive sentiment about it, and you just don't get that with a lot of other investments. So that's one of the reasons I invest in it too. But I love all of the other things around it too, like that video introduction that I had for the stream. If you guys weren't here for it, it's one of those that I made a couple of years ago, and I bring out every now and then. And so when this is over, you can just rewatch it on the video replay, and the stream becomes a video on my channel. I can watch that, and I bring that out typically when Doge is going up. But I thought it'd be a fun one to show today, just because why I'm investing on Dogecoin is because you can have fun with things like that. So I like making those little videos as well. But Dogecoin isn't all that I invest in. And so we have this portfolio here, and this portfolio, and I posted about it yesterday. But it is the portfolio for this channel that we started a couple months ago, and we're almost to our $10,000 investment. So we're about 85% there. We're about 85% there. With just DCAing, buying crypto 3 times a week. Not completely Dogecoin. Again, this is our allocation. Doge is 41%, but we've got Bitcoin, we've got XRP, Litecoin, Algorand, ETH, and SHIB, and a few others. Algorand has actually been making a little bit of a run here, and overall, Algorand is now in the green. We're up 2% overall on our Algorand. Jasmy, we're up about 1%. Render, we're up 10%. Galaxy, we're up 8.7%. So all of these are in the green. Now, unfortunately, our XRP is down, and Bogdan, I see your note there. We're down 11% on our XRP because we started buying some XRP in July when it was up at like 70 cents. So our average is, I don't know what our average is on XRP. Let me check this out here. Our XRP average is 58 cents. So if we get back up to 58 cents, yeah, there it is right there. If we get back up to 58 cents, we'll have broken even on our XRP. Eventually, I think it's not going to take long for all of these to be in the green, because we've only been buying since July into this portfolio. So our averages aren't that bad on any of these. I mean, our Dogecoin average is 626. We were just over it the other day. Now we're back at 616, but we're not that far off. And that's 41% of this portfolio. So when Dogecoin gets back above 6.5 cents and we start seeing all this green profit, this is going to look great as a portfolio. So we're just waiting for that. Now, the proceeds of this portfolio, when we eventually sell it in the bull market, again, no guarantees, but what we think is going to happen when we sell, I am sharing the profits with you guys. And all you have to do is join this YouTube channel. That's all you got to do. And then you get a share of the profits when we sell, and I will pay those profits out in Dogecoin. So you'll just send me your Dogecoin wallet address, and I will send you Dogecoin. That's how it's going to work. Also, to prove that in the tail end of a bear market, if you do a DCA strategy like we've been doing, buying crypto 3 days a week, just regularly buying, you'll profit in the bull run. No silly games, no swing trading, just buying near the tail end of a bear market, holding the coins, and then when the bull market hits, you take your profit. That's what this portfolio is. Now, my own personal portfolio, I have a lot of these coins as well. I've got a big holding of Algorand. And Algorand has been going up. Finally. That's what I posted the other day. It's like, finally, Algorand back to 10 cents and above. Because it's been a bad year for Algorand. It's been tough seeing it go from like 25 cents all the way down to like right below 9 cents here. That was pretty tough. I think that was the bottom right there that we had on Monday, the 11th. I think that was the bottom for algo. So if anybody bought that at 8.8 cents, great for you. But we're in the green on our little portfolio in Algorand, but I'm still down on my personal portfolio because I think my average was like 16 cents or something like that. So I've got a ways to go. I saw I'm still like down 30%. But that is another part of my portfolio is supporting projects that have blockchains, smart contracts, have utility beyond just Dogecoin as a use of currency. So I have invested in things like Arbitrum and Optimism because I think those projects in the next bull run are really going to take off. Optimism has had terrible tokenomics, unlocking all these additional tokens. I thought Optimism, because of its use, would actually have a higher price than it does now. But yeah, it's been down pretty low here. When it dropped down to $1.22 here, that's pretty low for Optimism. Gala, who asked about Gala? Oh, that was you, Bogdan, right? You asked about what do you think of Gala? I used to own Gala and I got out of it. I could see that there wasn't a lot of good sentiment about Gala. And then when the news came out about some of the devs doing something with wallets and multi-sig wallets and things like that, it was just like this isn't good. So Gala's down now to 1.3 cents. This is a 4-hour chart. If we go to the daily, it's just down. Ever since it had this kind of big run that we had here at the beginning of the year, Gala's now lower than the low it had back at the end of 2022. And that low was at about 1.5 cents. And at the beginning of the year, there was this huge excitement about Gala, and it took off up to like 6 cents. But now it's gone from 6 cents all the way down to 1.3 cents in 9 months. That is not a good sign. I'm afraid Gala is just going to keep bleeding. I wouldn't be buying in. I'm not financial advice, but I wouldn't even be buying in here because I think it's going to go lower. I don't say that about many coins, but this one, I don't. Now, what I did when I sold my Gala, I took that and I put it into Immutable X. So here's the IMX chart. Now, IMX hasn't had a great year either, but look at the comeback that it's already starting to have here. And that was just this week. So, and this is my average price here at 90 cents for IMX. This is when I bought it right there in April. So that's when I got out of Gala before Gala kept rolling down. So we'll see. But there's a lot of other great projects like Chainlink. So I've got a chunk of Chainlink as well. Chainlink is now back up to $7. So it's been holding very well through this bear market. Chainlink hasn't, and on the cryptocurrencies, it has moved up into number 19 spot. I think Chainlink could be a top 10. That's such a great project that I could see that being a top 10. So I'm talking about diversification, and with diversification, particularly if Dogecoin is just trading flat, you've got some of these others like Immutable X and Chainlink that are having great weeks, and you're like, woohoo, these are going great. So just not everything is down. So, I mean, if I put everything that I had into Dogecoin, will I possibly get a better return if I sell it all at the right time? Maybe. But not only do I think these other projects will be in profit as well, but I support them, and I support blockchain technology, and I support new projects being built in cryptocurrency and increasing cryptocurrency's use, because that's good for all of us. The more acceptance there is, the more utility that cryptocurrency has. Despite the United States government trying to fight against it, it's worldwide. So whatever the United States government does to try and stop it, they can't. They can't. It's a worldwide thing. So I think it would be very sad for the United States if they did, I mean, eventually get around to like trying to ban it, which I don't think will happen. I think that ship has already sailed, particularly when you got the BlackRocks and the JP Morgans and these others that are now offering cryptocurrencies to their clients. And you've got BlackRock and others that have applied for these Bitcoin ETFs. Once they have those ETFs, they're going to want Bitcoin to go up. They don't want it to crash, because they make money the more people want to invest in it. And their clients aren't going to want to invest in it if the United States government is banning it or it's crashing. So they make their money if Bitcoin's price goes up. So they're going to support that. And BlackRock is just not going to let the Elizabeth Warrens get enough congressional support to overregulate cryptocurrencies. So we'll see how all of that plays out. Where's Dogecoin right now? Dogecoin's number 7 here. It's back above Cardano. It's the 7th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. It's Dogecoin. It's not just a meme coin. You're holding up very well. That's Doge. All right. So let me get caught up here on the chat. XRP. The difference between XRP and Doge. XRP is really made more for cross-border transfer, so-called payments, but not really. And it's slightly different in the way that it's made. It doesn't have the same kind of mining that a proof of work cryptocurrency like Dogecoin has. So it's much more controlled by the Ripple company. Dogecoin is just out there. There is no corporation that owns Dogecoin, where XRP is owned by Ripple. So I think those are the biggest differences. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now. Ben Armstrong is a huge supporter of XRP and believes XRP is going to do great in this next bull run. I mean, made this stupid video about an $89 XRP, and I left a comment on the video. It's just like, that's a $4.7 trillion market cap. If XRP hit $89, that's ridiculous. That's not going to happen. Yeah, Dang George says XRP very centralized. It is, because it's owned by a company, where Dogecoin is just out there. It's the most decentralized coin there is. It is Dogecoin. You can't get any more decentralized for a coin than what Dogecoin is. And the mining just continues to churn out new Dogecoin, giving out rewards to miners who verify transactions on the blockchain. So it's secure and it's safe. Nobody's hacking Dogecoin, just like nobody's hacking Bitcoin. So just stay the course. Proof of work cryptocurrencies works great. That's Doge. Joe says, Doge fan, been in it for years, accumulated a lot more in the past two, went from 250,000 Doge up to 900,000 by trading daily in and out. You can do that. If you swing trade, you can accumulate more. You just have to be careful, because you could get caught in the middle of a swing trade and Doge takes off without you. So that's the warning there. You got to be careful. Curtis says he's not selling. Bulldozer, throwing out the case against Elon, right? If that legal case against Elon, if a judge throws that out, that will be good. And of course, payments on X. Yeah. Trump. I think Trump was not really supportive of cryptocurrency during his presidency. But now that he's made these NFTs and he's got a bag of Ethereum, maybe he's more crypto friendly now. Maybe. When is Doge going to get back to 25 cents again? Good question. It's going to be a Doge bull run that's going to have to get that there. There are some predicting that could happen in November if SpaceX has this Doge 1 mission. We could see that. But my predictions are a little more tempered than that. Again, at the beginning of the year, my price prediction for Doge at the end of the year was 12 cents. And I still stick with that 12-cent prediction. We'll see what happens through the end of the year. But yeah, we just have to wait. We just have to wait. Jack feels everyone who's been trading Dogecoin is doing better with Doge than people dollar cost averaging. Yeah. At this point right now, looking at the Doge chart, I mean, even our own little portfolio, when Dogecoin dropped down here to 5.9 cents right there, bought a big bag. Just bought a big bag of it there. So I think there's going to come a time where sometime next year when Doge is much, much higher, we're going to look back on these charts and we're going to look at this whole time when Doge is trading here in the low sixes. And a lot of people are going to say, I wish I would have bought Doge back in August and September of 2023. Doge was so low then, right? That could be. But we're living it and we're buying it. All these little white circles, that's us buying Dogecoin into this portfolio. 41% of our portfolio here is Dogecoin. And we've now got 54,000 Doge in this portfolio. So by the end of this, after these next 15% more that we have to allocate in, maybe we'll end up with about 60,000 Doge in this portfolio, which would be great. That'll be great. And we're also got exposure to Bitcoin and XRP and Litecoin and Algorand and Ethereum and Sheep, and the rest of it is kind of spread out with some Render and some Jasmine and some others. So that's great for this little portfolio, just to show you can make money in crypto. Now, there are some who thinks, well, we should only buy Dogecoin so we can use it as currency. And there are some people who believe that. Just buy it and use it as currency. And one of these people is Mishubar. Now, if you're on X Twitter and you follow Mishubar, he kind of tempers things and tries to keep people real, warns about scams, warns all the time, but also His latest tweet today was, "Dear Dogecoin, many, including maxis, are already spreading promises of bull markets and pushing people to speculation. No matter if you're holding Dogecoin, Bitcoin, or whatever else, crypto speculation is just gambling." His opinion. The market is unfair and corrupted, building value out of sentiment and hot air. House money, farm money, or important saving into crypto. Be careful. So, and that isn't a bad sentiment, because you always kind of have to keep in mind that there could be something that could really harm the cryptocurrency market and can cause it to tank. That can always be out there. So we say, right, only invest what you're willing to lose, do your research, blah, blah, blah. History has shown that cryptocurrencies continue to go up in value in these 4-year cycles, and that we could see more value in the cryptocurrency market as more people come in. We saw that in 2021, obviously, just particularly Dogecoin, just huge new people coming in buying Dogecoin, as well as Bitcoin and others, but mostly that was Doge. And we could see that with Doge again, particularly if it's on X app. If it's on X Twitter and Doge is a big part of it, you'll get a lot of new people with Doge. But always be careful. That's true. And that's what Misha Bor says. But I mean, I like to read him just for, just to temper, and not get so hung up with all of the hype. I mean, this guy, he's all hype. Ben is, and you got to be careful with Ben sometimes. I mean, he's talking about XRP like, $20 XRP, and it's just like it's 50 cents right now. It's a 40x, and he speaks like it's a given, and you have to be careful with that. And so people watch me because I'm more tempered, right, in what I say, how I talk about it. Could XRP go to $20? Who knows, right? Maybe. We don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. Is Bitcoin going to go to 100K? Maybe. A lot of people think that it's a given that Bitcoin's going to be 100K. I mean, I show this chart when I go to a logarithmic view and I go to the weekly. And this is one that I show because I'm trying to figure out for myself, based on these 4-year cycles, where could Bitcoin go? And in my estimation on this, I'm looking at sort of a slowing down of the cycle in terms of percent gains. Because I'm not going to have 1,000% gain in Bitcoin, I don't think. But where will the price of Bitcoin be in the second half of 2025? And that is so many days after the low. So each of these purple bars was the low, and then the bull market follows. And here's the low, and yeah, there's some up and down action, then the bull market follows, and here was the low in November, some up and down action, and then there most likely is going to be a bull run that will happen sometime around the halving and into 2025, if history repeats itself. According to this chart, in the way that I've laid this out, that number is about $170,000 for a Bitcoin in the second half of 2025. That's what this chart shows, if it goes on that kind of run. Now, percentage-wise, that's not as great as what Bitcoin has had in previous bull runs, but that's still pretty good. I mean, if you invest in the stock market, you're typically expecting like 8 to 10% per year. 8 to 10%, people expect that in cryptocurrency like in a day or a week. In a year, they think that's a loss. So you just have to be careful with some of these predictions that people have, and it's a little bit warped. And even saying that Bitcoin from here is going to go to $170,000 in the next 2 years, that's pretty bold. I mean, a 4x from here gets it to 100K. So what is that, a 7? Yeah, almost a 7x from here. That's a great return on investment. If investors knew that that was a given, they'd be putting everything into this. But there's risk involved, and you don't know. So I keep this chart here just as a reminder, What's Doge going to do during that time? We don't know. From 2013 all the way to 2019, Doge was pretty flat. Within that flatness, though, it tended to move. But then we look at the price action from 2021, and Doge rocketed up here to 73, 74 cents, and now it's back down here at 6 cents. That's not a great looking chart. However, we know the potential that Dogecoin has. And with that potential, this can turn around and go on another run. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. So ended 2023, Gene, I answered that. Still 12 cents. Doge will be above 10 cents before the launch of the Doge 1 satellite, Dane George says. Worst case scenario for Doge is 30 to 40 cents. Worst case scenario for Doge is 6 cents. It just stays here. We don't know. Joe says 16 to 21 cents. Could be. Curtis says Robinhood and Webull makes it easier for everyone to invest. Continue to push. I agree. And to that note, I do have links below, Robinhood and Webull. If you guys want to check either of those out, I've got links in the description below, and you get some free stocks or crypto, whatever the giveaways are at the time. I don't keep up with them every week. They keep changing what you get, but you get something for free if you use my links. So that's for Robinhood and Webull. And I also do most of my trading on Coinbase, which includes this portfolio. Everything we bought here is on Coinbase, and you get free Bitcoin on Coinbase if you join using my link. I think you still get to spin the wheel, and depending on where the wheel ends up, you get that much Bitcoin. So you can check that out. Curtis says 80K. 80K for Bitcoin, you think? I think there were so many people calling for 100K in the last bull run, and at 69 it turned around. And there were a lot of people, just like a lot of us Dogecoin holders back in May of 2021 thought Doge was going to $1. And so when it hit 70 cents, we were like, we're holding to $1. That was actually the time to sell and take profits. Even just a little bit of your portfolio to take a little profit there would have been a good thing. I think more people understand that now and are thinking that way, which is make it harder for Bitcoin and Dogecoin to go up higher than previous all-time highs. So you always have to be careful about that. And George says, I'd say Bitcoin will be below 100K since everyone expects it to be above. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Before it even gets close to 100K, people are going to be selling. Bitcoin hit 90K, people are taking profits. It'll be really hard to get 100K, I think. Really hard. But you never know. People take profits and then more people buy in and that brings it over the mark. That could happen. So, yep. Curtis has 88-cent Doge on his mind. Some people think 8s are lucky numbers. Good numbers to have. So, yep. And then, Curtis is already thinking about the next bear market. And how low does it go? Look at that. Maybe $1.20 and then back to 74. Bulldozer's a little more optimistic. It's good to talk about that as targets, but when we're in the bull market, and of course, I'll still be here making videos. This is what I do. So nice to have a group of people here to chat with, sometimes to commiserate with when we're in the bear market. But we keep talking, which is good. But I'll let you know when I'm skimming some profits, because I'm just not going to be diamond handing it all the way through the next bull run. I'm not. I'm going to take some profits along the way. Otherwise, what good is it? Especially for an old guy like me, right? I'm going to enjoy some of it. I'll always have Dogecoin though, and I will use Dogecoin. I will use Dogecoin to buy AMC tickets every time I go to the movies. Next weekend, we're going to be going and watching that Wall Street Bets movie, The Dumb Money. And I'm going to use Dogecoin to buy the movie tickets to go see the movie. If Tesla has some other stuff that comes up in their merch store that they are accepting Dogecoin for, and it's something that I'm interested in, I'll use my Doge. If SpaceX finally gets around to getting their merch store to accept some things with Dogecoin, maybe I'll find something there to buy, to use Dogecoin. And of course, X app, the X Twitter, if it eventually does get payments on the platform, I'll be using it there too. That'll be awesome. So gang, that's what we have for tonight. We'll probably have a video over the weekend, and then it'll be live again on Monday, 5 o'clock Eastern time. I'm not expecting a lot to happen this weekend. I think it's going to be a lot of sideways trading, low volume. I just don't see a lot of volatility this weekend right now. We'll see. But right now, I just don't see it right now. We've got this low volume on a Friday night and just this sideways trading. So I think that's what we're facing. There are some coins that have been making some moves. Algorand has been showing a good positive uptrend, which is great. And I own a bunch of Algorand, so I'm happy about that finally, that turnaround. And we'll see about Doge. But there's always stuff to talk about, so a lot going on. I will continue to share with you. All I ask is you do like, subscribe, and then join the channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.